Hey, it's Mark Ferguson with Investor More, and we've had some crazy stuff happen at this property over the last few days.
Hello.
Hola.
Hi. Are you guys moving stuff out?
I don't know. Is the Jairo?
Yeah.
Jairo is it to go in Denver?
We're finally getting it sorted out, but essentially, I bought this property last year. It's 13,000 square feet. We rented that space to a diesel mechanic. He also ended up renting kind of those Quonset hut type things. We fixed up the property since then. This is an older video. But we also rented this space to a car detailer around the same time. And that car detailer stopped paying rent. We didn't have to evict him, but he did leave. And that property has been vacant for a while. So we left it vacant for a number of reasons, but we've had the county on us about this property, about a site plan, about renting to a church in that property on the left, which we weren't supposed to do because it's supposed to be a grocery store. And we've had a whole lot of craziness going on. Well, a few months ago, the diesel mechanic septic went out and we said, hey, you can use the car repair shop, their bathroom for a little while that's fixed. We fixed that. And then a month ago or so, we found out he stored his Jeep in that car mechanic's place. We said, you can't do that. You can't store cars in there. You can't use it. It's not yours. Well, then last week, something even crazier happened. And here you go. This is me showing up, driving by the property because I own a few properties on this road and we're always off in this direction. And sometimes I shoot vertical, sometimes horizontal, depending on the situation. Speaking of cameras, I'll also show you what camera I set up on this property and what cameras I've been using on my other properties as well later. But the garage was open and there was a vehicle being worked on in the shop. And not just one, but two vehicles. So I got out, was filming, as you can see, walking around. Then I realized the tenant was in his Jeep right there talking on the phone. So went over to him, talked to him, told him, hey, you can't be in here. What are you doing? There's a language barrier, so that's tricky. But he knew before he can't be in there. I've told a friend of his who speaks English that they can't be over here. They can't park over here. And obviously they keep doing it. And so I asked, hey, what's your wife's number? Because I know his wife speaks perfect English. She's wanted to actually rent this space for a car dealership. But we can't do that until the county stuff is cleared up. He gave me his wife's number. I sent her a text saying, hey, he can't be in here. He can't be working on cars. He's not renting this space. And she didn't respond for a while, so I was pretty annoyed at that. We came back the next day to see if they were still working on cars since I told them, hey, you can't be in here. You need to leave. Should have been abundantly clear they can't be here. And this is what happened the next day. So we're going to drive by and see if he's still there or not. On the right there is a beautiful property I had under contract for a while. Did a video on that. It still hasn't sold for some reason. But I heard the city's going to make them, or the county, go through a complete site plan review and redo no matter what you do on that property. So that just lowered the value of it a couple $100,000. But you have to go through something like that. And who knows if anybody will ever buy that one and do anything with it. But coming up here, we'll get close to my property on the right. Right here is a property I own as well, rented to a welding company. They've been fantastic. They've been there, 5-6 years, something like that. And I have another property right up here on the right, too, the one with the small garage apartment conversion we just finished remodeling. It's all rented. Right here on the right. I don't know if you can see it very well. Right there. But he was in the shop before, and he's not supposed to have cars out here either. God, all the places are full. So he's not supposed to have cars on this side, and all the cars are over here, and the van wash thing is over here too. But I forgot to bring keys with me, so I can't check in there to see if he's got stuff in there. I just had the keys with me in my other car. But we might be able to open it up and see. This is the property the county's been giving me problems on because we ran into a church and we were supposed to rent to a grocery store over there. That's a whole nother fiasco. And so this is also a site plan issue where we have to do a bunch of work. Oh, it is open. So we'll see. Oh. Hello. Hola.
Hi.
Are you guys moving stuff out?
I don't know. Is the Jairo?
Yeah.
Jairo is it to go in Denver?
Oh, he went to Denver?
Yeah.
Okay. Because he doesn't rent this building. This isn't his building. Just that one over there.
Yeah.
That's it. So he's not supposed to have cars in here.
Oh, I don't know. Ese de troca is the Jairo.
Okay. I talked to him yesterday.
Is the Jairo is the wife and the Jairo.
Okay. And I texted his wife too. He's not supposed to be in here.
Yeah.
So, okay. I'll text him or call him and let him know. So.
No comprende.
Okay. Yeah. So, all right. I'll call him and let him know.
Oh, you call for Jairo?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
So I'll talk to him.
Ah, okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you. So obviously they are still using the shop, and maybe that's why the wife didn't respond to me, because apparently one of her vehicles is in there being worked on. We also put a camera up over here. I'm not even sure where, but I had my guys put a camera up so I can see all the shenanigans going on over here. But I've been kind of dealing with the county and I've been giving these guys a little bit of leeway, but now they're kind of taking advantage of it for sure. So I need to talk to him and let him know exactly what's going on. He can't be doing this. It's not in his lease to use any of this property over here. His property pretty much ends at the concrete right there. He has that middle shop with the open garage, and he's got a backyard to use too that he rented. He's got a huge backyard that he can use. So we'll go from there. Of course, we'll have updates on the county thing too, which we're slowly making progress on. We have an engineer who's amending a site plan. I've got a bid for crushed concrete and fixing, because we've got to lay down crushed asphalt, grade it, compact it, and for most of the property, I've got a bid for that. So the church's lease is up in December, so we let them know. Unfortunately, they can't stay, but when they rented it, they said it was probably a temporary situation. They needed a really fast place to move because they got kicked out of somewhere else. So, a lot of stuff going on with this property. We'll have more updates as we go, but a little disappointing here today. And the next day, actually a couple days later, I was driving over again. The wife did finally text me, was saying, oh no, he wasn't in there, he wasn't working on the cars, they're just there in storage. I'm like, well, I have video of it all. And eventually she's like, okay, I'll make sure he gets everything out, don't worry, we'll get them all out. And then we started talking about possibly renting the property before it became a car dealership. And she said she talked to the county and they said I was doing nothing to make that happen, which is frustrating because I've been talking to them a lot. And as you can see, he's working on it in there right now. Oh my God, I'm gonna like freak out. So as you can see, they were still there. One of the trucks was still there. Now while I'm talking, I'm just going to show you the cameras I have set up. These are on my phone and they don't require wireless, so they work really well. But that's my laundromat, and I've got a camera set up on this property too to see what's going on from this point forward. But when I talked to the gentleman inside, it wasn't the tenant who leases from me. It's one of his mechanics who was working on a truck. He said he knows the truck has to get out. He's cleaning all this stuff out, but the truck has transmission problems. He's trying to fix it right now, and it'll be out today. So again, who knows if it will be out or not. So I text the wife again. She said she really wants to rent the place, and can we come up with a deal for that? So we'll see how all this goes. It's very frustrating, obviously. And there's a picture of the property right now, as you can see. And sorry, it only shows up on my phone as vertical. And I think these cameras only work on my phone, so I can't show you a big full screen of it, unfortunately. But you can see kind of what the property looks like. And it's solar too, which is nice, so I don't have to have power there either. But right now, the property's shut. The truck may or may not be gone. And we'll see what happens to the property. I'll be there again soon. Do I want to rent this property? Do I not want to rent the property? Hard to say. I think it would be, if she wants to have a car dealership there. It's not approved for a car dealership. It's approved for a car mechanic or a car detailer. The site plan on this property is very limited. Really put us in a bind on this property with some things. And that's why the county's mad at me, because I rented to a church when the other building was supposed to be a grocery store, and that's like all it could be. So we'll see. She can't have a car dealership now. We can't just let her have a car dealership, which she wants us to do. I'm like, no, the county will really get mad at me if I put another business in here that's not approved. But you can certainly rent it for storage or to work on cars. That's perfectly legal. So
we'll see if this goes anywhere. We'll have an update. But for right now, they're supposed to be out of there today. And then who knows? Maybe we'll charge them some rent or something for using it. I'm not sure how long they used it. Would have been nice to have my cameras up before this, but I just put them up a couple of days ago to see what's going on. I have 4 cameras total. I've got one here, one at the complex, one at the Ocho looking at garages. That's been pretty boring. One at my laundromat. And they are pretty nice because you can turn them like I am right there. That's from my phone in my office. I can zoom in, zoom out, make them HD, and it's pretty sweet. And I think it's like $4 a month or something ridiculous to pay for the data completely through their system. I don't have to have it attached to my cell phone. I don't have to have wireless. It all works through their own cellular data service. So I imagine it would be tricky if you have an area that doesn't have any cellular service. That would be tricky. But for these areas, they've worked pretty well. I can look at live pictures like this, and I'll have motion alerts as well and record 10 or 20 seconds for those motion alerts. I think you can do some cloud stuff too and probably save everything if you wanted to. I think that gets more expensive if you go that route. There you can see the complex. Went over there today with Nikki to see the inside of the Unit 5 that had kind of trashed the outside of the yard. So we'll have an update on that as well to see how that looked, and I'll talk about that soon. But for right now, we'll see what happens at this property if they're out, or maybe it'll be an interesting situation where we rent it to them and it all works out in the end. All right, love to hear what you think. We'll see where this goes, and we'll have more updates on my other properties, the laundromat, the new laundromat, all that stuff coming up soon. And there's the camera if you're wondering. They did give me one free camera, so I guess this is a sponsored video because of that. I bought the 3 other ones myself and thought, hey, I might as well get something for free if I'm going to talk about these cameras and like them. So I asked them, and they said, sure, we'll send you a camera. So there you go. So that's it. Pretty cheap on Amazon. And like I said, so nice because I don't need wireless to use it.